Hi, I'm Pauline, and I just completed one of the longest projects of my life, my PhD, while battling chronic health issues. It has been a tumultuous journey of reclaiming my health, but it is the ups and downs of this journey that taught me that moments of frustrations and pain can be transformed into moments of growth. And one of the most important and valuable lessons that I've learned is that self-compassion helps us use such opportunities for growth. This point, that self-compassion is a key ingredient for transformation, is so simple that it hides in plain sight. I also found it quite hard to see its potential in the beginning. Today, we will dive deeper into this key ingredient, self-compassion. So what do we mean by self-compassion? By self-compassion, I mean being able to see my situation with kindness as the way that my best friend would see, right? Or my mother would see, somebody who understands you. Self-compassion helps us heal the body because it immediately starts a virtuous cycle. It helps us stick to healthy choices, healthy food, healthy actions. And as we know, consistency is key, but also the hardest component for lifestyle medicine to work. Now, without self-compassion, we tend to yo-yo between starting something good, but also are not able to sustain it long enough and even burn out. If we keep on being stingy with ourselves and we don't give ourselves the kindness and compassion we deserve, it starts a negative cycle instead. It invites stress, and chronic stress, as we all know, is one of the major causes of health issues. Self-compassion is a simple way to avoid that. If you want to bring self-compassion into your life to heal your body, take a moment to pause and reflect. Start with your food. Look at how you're trying to achieve healthy eating, and this will immediately give you a boost in the right direction to good health and reduce the stress. If you need help with doing this, take the Healthy Eating Strategy quiz. This quiz will give you a score and you can get instant insights to remove your obstacles. No more feeling self-doubt anymore. Take the quiz, the link is in the description below. I found that for me, when I try hard and don't end up reaching the level of success or desired goal or challenge, I have two choices in terms of what I do and how I deal with this frustration. One is to keep going, and two is to take a moment, pause and reflect. Oftentimes the first is more dominant and the latter more hard, but I've also discovered that the harder it is to pause and reflect, it's often eventually the path that leads me to transformational moments than the first one. If you're like me and you're trying to reclaim your health or maintain health so that you can be there for your loved ones and live your best life possible, then you might also be looking to take a pause and gain some insights on your own experiences. And this is where the free quiz comes in that helps you do exactly that. One of the key ways of bringing self-compassion into our day-to-day life for me is going back to my childhood. When I was a child, I used to love playing games. I think all children do. And Snakes and Ladders was one of my favorite. Do write your favorite games down below. The reason I'm talking about childhood games is this particular idea of a sense of play. Imagine that you're playing a game that you played when you were young. Maybe I'm playing Snakes and Ladders. It's fun, right? And I would play it over and over. I know I can play some of my favorite games like that. I may lose as many times, I may win, but it doesn't matter. I keep playing because I enjoy the game. But more importantly, I can go back to playing the game because I know that when I don't do well one time, then there's always another time. But the key point is to stay in the game. Squid Games, as you know, had many children's games, but playing it was very different than playing it or playing games when we were children, because in the Korean series, there were no second chances. I would feel the same pressure as the series used to get it right every time. And it's even harder to get back up and head in the right direction after that. It's being able to play the game over and over that increases our odds of winning eventually. If you want to stay in the game, convert your frustrations to moments of growth. You can do that by assessing your strategy for your long-term health or habit. You can do that by taking the quiz, and the link is in the description below. Otherwise, what I realized was, okay, this is going to be a long drive and it's going to be uncomfortable. In the past, once I have made the mistake of sitting uncomfortably on a very long journey. It was a 12-hour long ride, and because of certain situation, I was supposed to, I sat down in a way that was not comfortable. And by the end of that 12-hour long ride, I developed an injury which is still causing me pain to this day. So now, if it's a long journey, I just make sure that I am seated comfortably, I have everything that I need around me, my seatbelt is on, and also maybe have a good music, maybe roll down the window if it's a nice countryside so that I can enjoy the view. So if our journey towards getting good health is a long journey, then why not sit back, relax, and enjoy the view as well? And here's an example of one time when I did not let self-compassion come in the way of my whatever I wanted to do. I was new, I was a student, I was in a new place, and I decided that I was gonna eat healthy, and as a result I decided that I would go to this particular grocery shop. But it was a 1-hour commute. I didn't have my car, and at the same time my schedule was pretty tight. But I was gung-ho about making it happen, so I did do it. I did go to that particular shop and got my grocery, but every time I did that under a lot of stress because I had a very tight schedule, and every time I went to the grocery, I was feeling kind of very tight and stressed because then I would have to decide, oh, is it going to be too late to go to my class or not? Will I be able to have my dinner on time? And sometimes I even ended up having dinner while I was waiting for the bus at the bus stop. And here you see what's happening because I'm so rigid. And I'm not, I'm saying that, oh, I am going to get my goal. I am going to be healthy, eat healthy. I was doing it at any cost. Here the goal is to be healthy, and it was having a very counterproductive effect on my overall health as a result of that. It actually felt like I was walking on a tightrope again, and that was not serving me well. As simple as self-compassion seems, it is quite easy to let go of it from time to time. It is not just you or me, it has become a mode of our life. As long as I can remember, throughout life, we've been trained to sacrifice today for tomorrow. We can always postpone our well-being for the deadline or the next event that seems important right now. It is so easy to slip back into being hard on ourselves. I guess the worst part is knowing what to do and wanting to do the right thing, but just not being able to do that. And this guilt trip can be a deal breaker if we're not careful. That's when I realized that I needed to protect myself and my space, but without having to constantly feel pressured about letting go of self-kindness and the guilt that comes with it. So in order to protect my space for self-compassion, so that I have some breathing space, I built a boat. And this boat would carry me through all these hard times. And what is a boat? Well, by boat, I mean systems, strategies, principles. It's the overarching core values. It's like a compass. It doesn't matter where we are or if we're lost or not. As long as we have that compass and we know which direction to head towards, we know that as long as we keep moving and taking steps towards the right direction, we will reach our goal eventually. And I found that this takes away so much of the pressure. Now that you know the second key of how I transform my frustrations of failures as a launchpad for fulfillment, you might also want to protect the space to bringing about self-compassion in your life every day by building your own boat. And that begins by watching the next video. This third aspect, boat, makes it way easier to protect a path to self-compassion and hence your transformation journey. See you in the next video.